Aurora, do you know what time it is? Dinner time was long over. How long do you plan to keep us waiting? Wait, I told you this morning, didn't I, that I had a meeting today and would be late coming home? Huh? Even if you said you'd be late, there's a limit to that. But it's only 7 o'clock. Not only 7 o'clock. It's already 7 o'clock. I'm sorry, Nancy. The meeting ran a little longer than expected. Wait, you're not still at the office, are you? No, I'm just getting on the subway now. I should be home in about an hour. An hour? That means it'll be 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. You've been getting home late a lot recently. James has been waiting here hungry, you know. How could you starve your dear husband like this? What a terrible wife. No, saying he's starving is an exaggeration. Today's meeting was especially important. We were finalizing a collaboration product with another company. I'm the person in charge, so I really couldn't leave. That just sounds like an excuse to me. You should have just left the meeting quickly. Your husband's dinner is more important, isn't it? But this meeting was the final stage of a project we've been preparing for over 6 months. I've been leading it, so the responsibility is heavy. If this collaboration product succeeds, it will bring significant profit to the company. I don't care about your company's profit. Why are you even in charge anyway? A woman shouldn't neglect her household to focus on work. Neglecting your duties to your husband because of work is unacceptable. Such a lazy wife deserves a divorce. Duties to my husband? James is not a baby. And besides, James' been at home all day since he's unemployed. Are you talking back to me? I'm sorry, but James is an adult, and since he's home all the time, I thought he could manage a bit on his own. What are you talking about? Cooking is the wife's job, isn't it? And haven't you been slacking off on cleaning and laundry lately? Huh? But I vacuum and do laundry every day. You're lying. If you look closely at the floor, you'll see dust piling up in the corners. And the laundry isn't brought in until late at night. I'm doing my best with cleaning and laundry, but honestly, balancing work and household chores is tough. It would help if you or James could assist a little. What? How dare you say such a thing? Housework is a wife's duty, and using work as an excuse to slack off is unacceptable. Oh my God. Anyway, hurry home and make dinner for James. And don't even think about buying store-bought food. Make sure you cook something homemade and nutritious. So, I'm the one who has to cook? Of course! Who else is going to do it? Well, there's still some time before I get home. If you want, you can use whatever's in the fridge. You could make something yourselves and... What? Are you suggesting that I, your mother-in-law, should cook? What a shameless woman! I'll have you divorced. I'm sorry. Forget what I just said. I can't wait any longer. James might faint from hunger. We're going out for French tonight, so we won't need dinner. Wait, hold on. Where are you getting the money for that? Seriously, I really drew the short straw with you as my son's wife. I'll make sure you two get divorced someday. James, sorry for bothering you this late. I have something I want to talk about. Huh? What is it? I'm in the middle of a video game. And why are you messaging me on WhatsApp? We're in the same house. If you have something to say, just talk to me directly. Well, if I talk directly, your mom will hear. Is it something you don't want my mom to hear? Yeah, that's right. I wanted to talk about your mom.
Did something happen with her?
Well, I was thinking maybe we could live separately.
Huh? Are you bringing this up again? You've complained before about how hard it is to live with my mom in the same space. Do you really hate living with my parents that much?
Honestly, it's incredibly stressful. When your dad passed away, we took her in because she was scared of living alone. But it's been unbearable for me. Does she think I'm some kind of slave? I work, but I'm still expected to do all the housework. She never lifts a finger. And whenever something doesn't go her way, she immediately says divorce or I'll make you get divorced. She says she doesn't have money to contribute to the household, but she still goes out to eat and spends recklessly. I'm just at my limit with all of it.
Even if you say that, her old home is sold and it's gone. It would be cruel to kick her out after we've already taken her in. It's true, she only has her pension, so she really doesn't have money. And without Dad, she's lonely. Can't you cut her some slack for being a little demanding?
It's beyond just being a little demanding. She told me I don't need to eat the same meals as you all. So I'm always stuck with cold pizza or leftover mac and cheese. The other day, the main dish was steak, but she took my steak away and said, "Salad is enough for you," and handed me some wilted lettuce. When I said I'd be happy to eat together, she replied, "A daughter-in-law is still an outsider, not part of the family."
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, Mom is a foodie, especially when it comes to steak, so cut her some slack.
It's not just that. You're always the first to shower, then your mom. I'm always left to wait until the very end. And just when it's finally my turn, your mom says a daughter-in-law shouldn't use hot water and cuts it off.
Maybe she thought it was a waste of gas money. Mom's old-fashioned and really strict about saving.
Yet she takes long showers herself. And one time, she woke me up in the middle of the night just to lecture me endlessly on how a daughter-in-law should behave. I had to get up early the next morning, but I couldn't sleep at all. I'm really at my limit. Even though I'm working and doing my best with the housework, your mom says it's only natural for a daughter-in-law to do the chores, and she never acknowledges my efforts. I've been living like this for over 6 months, and I've lost 16 pounds. If this isn't harassment, then what is? You haven't helped me at all, so I've been carrying the burden alone. I've endured it because she's your mom, but I can't take this life where I'm not treated like a human anymore. Get her to move out into an apartment or something. If that's not possible, then you need to stand up to her. Otherwise, I'm going to snap.
All right. I get it. Don't get so worked up. I'll talk to Mom, okay?
Will you really correct her?
Yeah, leave it to me. But more importantly, give me $500 tomorrow.
Huh? $500? What for?
For transportation. Transportation. I need it for job hunting.
Wait, I already gave you $200 for a month's transportation.
I already used up that money. Besides, $200 isn't enough. Give me $500.
I don't think you need $500 just for transportation.
I have to go all the way to the main office sometimes, so it costs me more than you'd think.
Don't tell me. You haven't started gambling again, have you?
What? No, it's nothing like that. Just a little, just a tiny bit. It's just a way to blow off some steam.
I knew it. You haven't forgotten that you got fired from your last job for gambling during work hours, right? You even got down on your knees and swore you'd never gamble again. And now you're spending the money I gave you for transportation on gambling again? If you're doing that, then I'm not giving you any more money.
Oh, come on. Stop nagging me. I can do whatever I want. Can't I at least blow off some steam between job searches?
You can't just blow off steam and be satisfied. you end up spending all the money you have, so you need to quit gambling entirely. And it's one thing if you're playing with money you earned, but I can't forgive you for using my paycheck to gamble.
Oh, so working makes you so great, huh? All you can do is earn money.
What? What do you mean by that? You got fired for something stupid, so I'm the one busting my butt to make ends meet. You just laze around at home without even looking for a job. And you blow your transportation money on gambling. I'm the one who should be angry here.
Jesus Christ. Enough. Enough. Just because you're working doesn't mean you can act all high and mighty. I'm going to bed.
Hey, James.
Aurora? I need to talk to you. Why are you ignoring me? At least respond.
What is it, Nancy? I'm at work right now, so could we do this later?
No, this is very important, so it has to be now.
Fine, please make it quick.
I heard you complained to James last night about him still not having found a job. How could you sneakily criticize James behind my back? You're such a spiteful woman.
Excuse me?
James is just in a recharging period right now. He didn't get along with his last company and was deeply depressed. Instead of comforting him, you had the nerve to blame him. You're a horrible person. That's it. Divorce. Divorce.
If you're calling me now, that means James just woke up and complained to you about what I said last night, right? Only about the things I mentioned regarding his job situation.
James was so upset by your complaints that he couldn't sleep. Poor James. If he ends up with mental health issues, it will be your fault.
He probably stayed up late playing games as usual. There's no way that lazy guy would break down over something like this.
Hey, what do you mean by lazy guy when talking about your husband? You should show your husband some respect. Just because you're working doesn't mean you can get all high and mighty.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm at work, so can we save the lectures for later? I'm busy here.
Oh, acting all important with your work. What's the point of a woman continuing to work anyway? With a daughter-in-law like you, I'll never get to see the face of a grandchild. Oh, how pitiful I am. Such a poor mother-in-law. Why don't you just gracefully step aside? Get a divorce.
You've been really noisy for a while now. Can't you be quiet for just a little bit?
What? How dare you? You're being very defiant today. Know your place. Honestly, why did James marry a woman like you? Who do you think is the head of this household? If you defy me, I'll make sure you get divorced.
Fine, I'll divorce him right now.
What?
Yes, if you're going to say that much, let's get divorced. I'm done supporting an unemployed leech and a parasitic bossy mother-in-law. I'll throw away the lazy gambling addict and selfish jerk too. Divorce, let's get divorced right now. Divorce.
Wait, what the hell, Aurora? Are you kidding? I'll really make you get divorced.
Whatever. Nancy, you should really stop treating people like idiots, okay?
Excuse me?
I've been listening quietly while you run your mouth. Do you and James even understand your situation? What's the point of a woman continuing to work? Who do you think is putting food on your table? Who do you think is providing the roof over your head? Neither of you work or do anything useful. And who do you think is supporting you both? Huh?
What? What's gotten into you, Aurora?
What's gotten into me? You've been pushing your luck just because I've kept quiet. It's not like I enjoy taking care of a bossy mother-in-law like you. When your husband passed away, you said you were afraid to live alone. So out of kindness and charity, I let you stay. And now you act like you run the place and treat me like a slave. And you have the nerve to say, if you defy me, I'll make sure you get divorced? Do you have any idea how shameless you're being? What do you say? You are a freeloader, no less.
What? No, but it's only natural to take care of your parents.
What? Isn't that something your son, who's not even working, should be taking care of? I'm not even your child. And even if I were, who needs a parent who constantly nags and belittles them? If you were my real parent, I'd have ditched you in a second.
Hey, how dare you speak to your mother-in-law like that? And what's with that rough language? So uncivilized. You really aren't fit to be part of this family. Divorce! Divorce! Get out of this house!
I've already said I'm divorcing your son. And by the way, you're the ones who need to leave.
What?
In case you've forgotten, the condo you're clinging to like a termite, I bought it when I was single. It's in my name and it's my house.
What? Is that true?
Huh? Didn't I tell you when you moved in here? I clearly explained everything to you, didn't I? Isn't it a bit early for you to be losing your memory?
I kind of remember you saying something like that. But how can I be expected to remember something from so long ago?
Well, whether you remember or not, if I divorce James, both he and you will have to leave because this house is mine. There's no place for someone who isn't my husband or mother-in-law to live. So when I get home today, I'll be telling James that we're getting divorced. Please have your things packed. Since I'm incredibly generous, I'll let you stay here until tomorrow evening. But it'll just be a simple overnight stay.
Wait a minute. You can't just divorce him today. And you can't throw your husband and mother-in-law out. I won't allow it. I won't allow you to get divorced.
Huh? You were just screaming divorce, divorce a moment ago. So why are you suddenly changing your tune? You think you can push me around because I've been quiet? Now that you're at a disadvantage, you say, I won't allow a divorce. Don't talk nonsense.
What? Hey, Aurora, please calm down. I don't want to fight with you.
You're the one who started this fight. I was kind enough to take you up on it, so don't you dare try to backpedal. And what do you mean by I won't allow it? How long do you plan on playing queen? You need to realize your place already.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It was my fault.
Well, it's too late to apologize now. My decision to divorce hasn't changed. You both need to be out by tomorrow. And just so you know, there will be no division of assets. James has been unemployed for so long, with no personal savings or shared savings. There's no property to divide between us. But I'm not heartless enough to take everything away. You can take the bare minimum, clothes and daily necessities. You have no complaints about that, right? Now get out of my house and take that dead weight with you.
But wait, please. Even if you tell us to leave, we have nowhere to go. My old home has already been sold and my pension is very small.
Then get a job, both you and your foolish son.
We can't do that. Neither of us has any marketable skills.
I see. So you're unemployed without a home or money, and now you're worried about being kicked out. And?
What?
That's not my problem. James being unemployed, not having a house or money, none of that is my fault. There are plenty of jobs out there, even if you don't have any special skills. And if you're healthy enough to bully your daughter-in-law, you're healthy enough to work. By the way, the supermarket nearby is hiring part-time. Why don't you try that?
But
What do you mean, but? Stop acting like a victim. If you don't have money, you work. That's common sense, right? You're not a child. Why? Why is this happening? Isn't it obvious? It's because you went against the head of this house. Aurora, please. I'm sorry for everything. Please, just don't kick us out of the house. Well, I'm getting back to work. Aurora! In the evening, when I returned home from work, Nancy and James were at the entrance waiting for me. Both of them had tears in their eyes, repeatedly bowing their heads and saying, "We are so sorry for everything." But I just coldly told them, if you have time to apologize, you have time to pack, and dismissed them. They reluctantly started packing their suitcases, but it was clear they didn't want to leave. The next day, James came back, pleading with me, saying, "Can you please rethink the divorce? And I swear I won't gamble again." But when I told them that if they didn't leave, I'd take it to court, they panicked and hurriedly grabbed their things and fled. A little while later, my divorce from James was finalized. Free from those idiots, I bought a bottle of champagne and celebrated. Meanwhile, Nancy and James desperately contacted every relative they could think of, asking if they could stay with them for a while. However, they were known as a selfish duo, even among relatives, so not a single person offered them help. Now, they've managed to rent a rundown apartment on Nancy's pension. James is supposedly looking for a job, and Nancy started working part-time at a supermarket. However, James keeps failing his job interviews and is still unemployed, and his mother has started calling him a worthless bum. Recently, they've been having ugly fights almost daily. At this rate, they'll probably get kicked out of their apartment for disturbing the neighbors, and will have no choice but to become homeless. Honestly, I hope they hit rock bottom.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.